Good morning. We are pleased to welcome the members of Air Force ROTC Detachment 490 who are serving as our color guard and will be posting the colors at this time. We're also pleased to welcome to our ceremony the Newark Boys Chorus, who will sing our national anthem shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, the flags of the United States of America and the state of New Jersey, please rise and remove your hats. Would everyone please be seated? With these ceremonies, New Jersey Institute of Technology will have awarded 2,970 degrees to the members of the class of 2017. Bringing the total number of degrees awarded by the university to more than 82,845. I would like to thank the gonfalon bearers whose names are listed in your program. The students carrying the gonfalons are selected by their respective deans for their scholarship and citizenship. I ask the gonfalon bearers to please stand. Please. Thank you. Thank you. A number of our candidates for baccalaureate degrees are wearing medallions signifying they are graduating with academic honors. The degree summa cum laude will be awarded to those who have attained an overall grade point average of 3.8 or higher. These students can be distinguished by their gold medallions. The degree magna cum laude is for those who have attained an overall grade point average between 3.6 and 3.8. These students will be distinguished by their silver medallions. And the degree cum laude is given to those who have attained a grade point average between 3.4 and 3.6. These students are distinguished by their bronze medallions. I ask all of those students to please rise for their academic excellence. Thank you. I ask that you recognize, with applause, those candidates who have participated in the Albert Dorman Honors College. Will those scholars please stand? We would like to acknowledge those members from the graduating class that have served in the armed forces of the United States and thank them for their service. Would they please stand to be recognized? Thank you. I would also like to recognize the alumni present today who graduated prior to 1965. Will the Golden Highlanders please rise? Thank you. So now I officially welcome you to the beginning of our 2017 graduation exercises for NJIT. I am Joel Bloom, and I've had the absolute privilege of serving as NJIT's president since 2011. I've been a member of this outstanding community since arriving here in 1990. Today is clearly our most joyous day of the academic year. And it is an honor to share this very special occasion with all of you. So let me begin by offering my most sincere congratulations to the more than 2,300 students, doctoral, masters, and bachelors who are here in attendance today and will be receiving their diplomas. This is an accomplishment which you should be quite proud. NJIT is only one of 32 polytechnic universities in the entire United States, and as you all know, the curriculum at our institution is extremely challenging. No one graduates from NJIT without being challenged, possibly failing at something, and learning from those failures how to succeed. You have persevered and even thrived, and are now poised to leave our campus with an abundance of opportunities to both succeed individually and improve the quality of life for all. I want to take a moment to extol the virtues of our graduates, so all of those in attendance can understand just how extraordinary NJIT students are. Not only do they immerse themselves in the most challenging of curricula, they also engage in co-ops, internships, industry collaborative research. They work with business startups through our Enterprise Development Center. They participate in student project teams, honor society, a broad range of extra and co-curricular activities, as well as D1 athletics. While doing all of this, our students give themselves to help others. This year alone, our students devoted 53,000 hours to serving the local and global communities through volunteerism. From alternative spring break and global brigade trips to mentoring after-school STEM students in our neighborhood high schools and elementary schools, beautification projects, feeding the hungry, and volunteering for blood drives. NJIT students are engaged and making positive impact. Graduates, we are immensely proud of you and eagerly look forward to what you will achieve as alumni. Today's graduation marks the culmination of a journey, and is a journey that you have not traveled alone. Along the way, you have received support from family members and loved ones who made sacrifices of their own in order to help you succeed. They have provided emotional, intellectual, financial, and spiritual support. I ask you to please join me in applauding all those who have helped you attain this very challenging goal. During this time at NJIT, the faculty of this great university have also helped you along your path. Whether in the classroom or lab, professors have shared their knowledge, introduced you to varied perspectives, and challenged you to think more broadly and more deeply. They have also provided mentorship, support, and in many cases created opportunities for networking and gaining practical experience that will serve you in your professional careers. I ask you to show your gratitude and applaud now for our faculty at NJIT. Lastly, NJIT staff have been directly and extensively involved in your student experience, whether offering you counseling or advising, performing administrative and service functions, or taking care of the campus and our facilities in which you have lived and learned. I ask you to applaud them and recognize them for their contributions to a university life. Graduates, each year you made a very important decision, several years ago that is. You chose to enroll at NJIT for a reason. You may have had a specific academic program or area of study. You may have been attracted by the inspiring research of our faculty and the opportunity to engage them with their work. It may have been NJIT's repeatedly ranked by Forbes, PayScale, CNBC, and others as one of the best values in this nation for higher education and an outstanding return on your investment. Or maybe you felt at home at our beautifully diverse community. Whatever the motivation, you chose the right place at the right time. The economy of our future is one where innovation is paramount and technology is pervasive in virtually every aspect of our lives, entwined throughout our most significant industries such as healthcare, communication, finance, manufacturing, transportation, and just about every other business you can imagine. Every business today is a technology business. The Wall Street Journal recently wrote that on an annual basis, we need 1.3 STEM graduates, 1.3 million STEM graduates, and this nation is only producing about 600,000. That puts you all sitting here in an enviable position. You are in demand because of the knowledge and the proficiencies that you've honed at NJIT. Not surprisingly, students reach this day, graduation day, except for that one mechanical engineer I met earlier, with 3 job offers in hand and starting at salaries about 20% higher than the average college graduate. Individual career success is right in front of you. But this is not sufficient. This moment in history demands much more of you. We are living in very, very complex times with very significant challenges. These challenges are locally and globally, and they're about the worldwide human condition. Issues including adequate daily nutrition, safe drinking water, personal and family safety, a place to live, a healthy environment, economic opportunity, educational opportunity, jobs, and health care. Yet today it seems more than ever, these difficult problems are stridently cling to opposing decisions that are not easily resolved. We hear about simplistic, ineffective, and partisan approaches that are destined to fail and may have severe unintended consequences. This is where you graduates come in. Society's most critical problems can be solved only when informed, innovative, and determined minds like yours work collaboratively, share knowledge, experience, and challenge one another's assumptions, and are more concerned with developing practical solutions than disapproving an opposing position or validating a preconceived wrong notion. This is what we see happen every day at NJIT. Faculty and students, whether they're involved in a whole array of projects, work together in teams, they overcome moments of adversity, they maintain their focus on the ultimate goal. Those are the behaviors that are incumbent for each and every one of you based on your backgrounds. Approach every problem rationally, using data-based decision-making, and treat all individuals with humanity. Graduates, whether you're entering the workplace or going on to further education, you have rare capabilities. By the virtue of earning a degree from NJIT, you have demonstrated the capacity to make significant contributions to your communities and to society as a whole in your chosen fields and professions. So please endeavor to create and innovate in ways that enhance the greater good, not simply the profit margin, and please do so ethically. Throughout this university, NJIT alumni have established a legacy of making significant contributions that improve the quality of life for people around the globe. You now join that proud group. Embrace the opportunity to follow their lead and be an inspiration to the young men and women who will follow you. As you leave us today, take time to reflect upon your journey. The moments of exhilaration as well as those of exasperation, these moments have prepared you for the challenges, possibilities, and rewards that lie ahead. Remember those who have helped you get here today. Take a moment to thank them personally. Lastly, I urge you to stay in touch with your classmates, your professors, and your alma mater. Share with us your accomplishments and your experience as you move forward in life. Congratulations and my best wishes to the class of 2017. At this time, I call upon Overseer and Alumnus Stephen Saperstein, Chief Operating Officer of Prudential Fixed Income. Stephen received his Bachelor of Science in Industrial Administration from NJIT in 1984. Stephen, please.
Good morning. We would like to acknowledge the most senior alumnus here today, Herman Blackman, Bachelor of Science in Chemical Engineering, class of 1938. Mr. Blackman is 100 years young. Please come forward. On behalf of the Board of Directors of the Alumni Association, I welcome the graduating class of 2017 as the newest members of the Alumni Association. Congratulations on your achievement, and I hope that you all go on to great success. Please continue to be involved with your alma mater and give back to NJIT with your time, as this will ensure continued success of this fine institution and appreciate the value of the degree you're about to receive. Congratulations.
Several members of the NJIT Board of Trustees are here with us today. First and foremost, our chair, Steve DePalma, class of '72. Elizabeth Garcia, vice chair, class of '73. Larry Rayer, vice chair, class of '65. Dennis Bone, just a classy guy. Peter Sestero, class of 1968. And we also have another one of our trustees who've distinguished us with his present, Mayor Raz Baraka. Mayor Baraka. Representing the Board of Overseers of NJIT, John Seesholtz, Board Chair, class of '59. Marjorie Perry, Co-Vice Chair, class of '05. Marjorie. Norma Clayton, class of '81. Norma. Dan Henderson, Honorary Doctorate, class of '11. Emil Herkett. Emil, please. And Steve Saperstein. Steve. Phil Rinaldi, please, class of '68 and '77. Phil. And J. Robert Hillier. Both Mr. Hillier and Mr. Rinaldi will be receiving honorary degrees shortly. Allow me also to thank members of the NJIT Alumni Association of Board of Directors who I asked to stand and be recognized. The Alumni Association Board of Directors. Steve is here. That's it. Thank you. I have the wonderful experience on a daily basis of working with some of the most accomplished professionals in our industry. I'm going to introduce some of them to you now, very quickly, please. Fadi Deek, our Provost and Senior Executive Vice President. Ed Bischoff, Senior Vice President for Money. Don Sebastian, Senior Vice President for Technology and Business Development. Charles D., Senior Vice President for Everything Else. Charles Fay, Vice President for Academic Support and Student Affairs. Andrew Chris. Now keep an eye on Mr. Chris. He's an alumnus of the university. And all the new buildings, if you like them or don't, speak to Mr. Chris. Andrew Chris. Kay Turner, our Vice President for Human Resources. Holly Stern, our General Counsel and Vice President for Legal Affairs. Now some of the most outstanding deans leading our colleges and schools. Moshe Kam, Dean of the Newark College of Engineering. NCE can do a little better than that, huh? Anthony Schumann, Dean, College of Architecture and Design. Feel embarrassed, NCE. Kevin Belfield, Dean of the College of Science and Liberal Arts. Craig Gottsman, Dean of the Yingwo College of Computing. Atom Dewan, our Vice Provost for Research. Atom. Soterios Ziavris, Associate Provost for Graduate Studies. Daniel Bunker, our Faculty Senate President. Daniel. And the last, Clarissa Gonzalez-Lenahan, Associate Director for Graduate Studies. I would also like to thank Dorothy Chow. Dorothy welcomed you in as the Senior Class President and our class crier. Later in the ceremony, Dorothy will receive a Bachelor of Science in Business and Information Systems with a minor in Communications and Media. I would like to now introduce our student speaker, Michael Babawi. Michael is president of our Student Senate. He is a tireless advocate for our students. He has worked very aggressively in the continuous improvement of our campus. And later in the ceremony, Michael will receive a Bachelor of Arts in Biology and a minor in business manager. Michael, if you'd please come forward.
Thank you, Dr. Bloom. Good morning, everyone. I want to start by saying it is truly an honor to speak on behalf of the most outstanding individuals I know, the class of 2017. Writing this speech has been the hardest thing I've ever had to do in college. On my first go-around, I took my coffee cup in hand, opened my laptop, and imagined that I would magically write some insightful, yet funny, wisdom to share with all of you today. 2 hours later, reality hit me, and the spacebar was still idly blinking in front of me. A common occurrence I share with many of my classmates when writing our final papers. To get where we are right now, as we anxiously wait to cross the stage and receive our fancy yet empty diploma cases, we've had to overcome many difficult adversities. I don't believe many people from the outside really understand the difficult journey of going to an institution like NJIT. If you've never attended NJIT, just ask any student about the NJIT math department. You'll understand right away. While I joke around about it, I mention it for a reason. Irrespective of the tribulations we've gone through, today we can finally say we got through them. As we close the door on our journey here at NJIT, the most important piece of advice I'd like to leave with you is to continually reminisce on both the good and the bad moments that you've been through. These moments have accumulated through our college experience and influenced us to become the people that we are today. Remember how you got here and what it took to be here. I, for one, owe NJIT a great deal. I came in as an antisocial freshman who couldn't put 2 words together without being a nervous wreck. I'm still a little dorky, but I've made it this far. Most of us have also had a major transformation. So as we open the door to the rest of our lives, let us reflect on the moments that have gotten us here, and remember to continue to create new ones. On that note, I'd like to remember this moment forever, so if you'll allow me. To all my classmates, today is our day. We earned this. This is our commencement, our recognition for outstanding achievement, and our beginning to a new journey. On behalf of the class of 2017, I want to thank the Board of Trustees, the Honorable Rochelle Hendricks, our distinguished guests, the Golden Highlanders, administration, faculty, and staff for your continued support and dedication to our success. And most importantly, let us thank our parents, grandparents, guardians, family members, and friends for their love and support. Surely I speak for all my classmates and say without you, we would not be standing here today. Congratulations, class of 2017. We did it.
Allow me to also introduce Reggie Caudill, the Dean of the Martin Tuckman School of Management. Reggie, thank you. John Bechtold, the Dean of the Albert Dorman Honors College. And Basil Baltzis, Vice Provost for Academic Affairs. Basil, thank you. And I thank you, Michael, and I will miss working with you. I now at this time call upon Trustee Stephen DePalma. Steve?
Thank you. Good day. We now move to the presentation of the various awards and honors that the university bestows each year. The extraordinary individuals we recognize today with honorary degrees, the university's highest honor, were selected on the basis of their contributions to their profession and to society at large. In your programs, you will find complete citations for our honorees. Let's get started. At this time, I call upon Trustee Elizabeth Garcia to present the honorary degree to Mr. Philip Rinaldi.
Congratulations to all. And at this time, I would like to talk to you about Mr. Phil Rinaldi, a good friend for many, many years. And I'm glad that he's receiving this honorary degree. Philip Rinaldi is the founder and former chairman and CEO of Philadelphia Energy Solutions, PES. PES is the largest refiner on the eastern seaboard and the 10th largest in the United States. Rinaldi also chairs the Greater Philadelphia Energy Action Team. Mr. Rinaldi has been an investor or the principal executive in a wide range of industries. His background includes prominent companies such as Exxon, Tosco, and Coffeyville Resources. In a transaction similar to PES, Rinaldi was the founding partner and CEO of Coffeyville Resources, a partnership with Pegasus Capital, excuse me, which acquired a sophisticated oil refinery and coal gasification-based UAN plant from Farmland Industries. Coffeyville thrived under Phil's leadership, allowing the business to be sold to Goldman Sachs and Kelso in a highly profitable transaction. Rinaldi is actively involved in our community. He serves as Chairman Emeritus of the Board of Overseers at NJIT, where he also endows a scholarship in memory of his parents, and where he co-founded NJIT's Angel Investor Network to provide seed capital to startup companies that have an affiliation with the university. He has received many honors and recognitions, including enlightenment by the President of the Italian Republic as Cavalier of the Order of Merit of the Italian Republic. Mr. Rinaldi earned his BS and MS degrees in chemical engineering from NJIT in 1968 and 76, respectively. As an undergraduate, he served as president of Theta Chi Fraternity, president of the Interfraternity Council, and president of the class of 1968. And in recognition of his long-standing and prosperous career as an entrepreneurial industrialist, and for his sustained service and contributions to the university and its students as Chair Emeritus of the Board of Overseers, the Board of Trustees of New Jersey Institute of Technology is pleased to confer the degree of Doctor of Science honoris causa upon Philip Rinaldi.
I certainly want to thank the entire NJIT family for giving me this award, for which I'm proud and I'm going to cherish for the rest of my life. But I want to tell you what I'm most thankful about. 49 years ago, two extraordinary things happened to me. First, I married my beautiful high school sweetheart, Susan, And secondly, I graduated from this fine institution, and it gave me the tools that allowed me to accomplish the kind of things that I've managed to do. And so all of you have that opportunity here, and I hope one day you're standing where I am. Thank you.
Congratulations, Phil. It's now my pleasure to call upon Trustee Lawrence Rea to present the honorary doctorate to Mr. J. Robert Hillier.
Will Mr. J. Robert Hillier please come forward? J. Robert Hillier has a Bachelor of Arts and a Master of Fine Arts degrees from Princeton University and an honorary MBA from Bryant University. In 1966, he founded Hillier Architecture. Today it is known as Studio Hillier, where with his architect wife, Barbara, he is working extensively on major residential architecture projects and urban land use strategies. Hillier has received over 300 state, national, and international design awards. In 1968, Architectural Record identified Hillier Architecture as one of the best managed firms in the United States. At the time, the firm was the third largest strictly architectural firm in the nation. In 1989, Hillier was named New Jersey's Entrepreneur of the Year by Inc. magazine. He was the first recipient in 2001 of the Leonardo da Vinci Award from the Professional Service Management Association for lifetime leadership in his profession. Additionally, he has received the AIA's Michael Graves Lifetime Achievement Medal and the NJIT President's Medal for Lifetime Achievement. More recently, he received the Urban Land Institute Legacy Award for land conservation and the development of affordable housing. As a member of the core faculty at Princeton University's School of Architecture, Hillier has lectured extensively at schools of architecture in the United States and to AIA chapters. In 1981, NJIT awarded an honorary doctorate to James Hillier, Robert's father, for his design and development of the first high-resolution electron microscope in North America. In recognition of his distinguished and outstanding career as an architect and developer, the Board of Trustees of New Jersey Institute of Technology is pleased to confer the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, upon J. Robert Hillier. Great, thank you so much.
Good morning. This is a huge honor for me and for my family, and I want to thank NJIT for honoring me in such a nice way. I also want to say a few words about the great and emerging institution from which you're about to graduate. 50 years ago, this year, I was just out of architectural school, and I was given the assignment of developing, you're going to love this, a painting program for the tank farms of Exxon in Bayonne. It was a program to show Bayonne that Exxon could be a good neighbor to the folks who had to look at those tank farms all day long. As I got into the program, I worked very closely with a young and energetic engineer, and at one point during our relationship, I asked him where he'd gone to school. He said he'd gone to the Newark College of Engineering. I asked stupidly, where was it located? And he said, oh, it's in Newark. and it's like a community college that produces engineers for Exxon. Take that statement from 50 years ago and look where NJIT and you are today, a nationally world-recognized institution dedicated to research with a far more sophisticated mission than turning out engineers for ExxonMobil. You're coming out of the fastest emerging technical institution, and you should carry these NJIT initials with pride, with the pride that they deserve. That pride is due to two particularly amazing and dedicated individuals. Dr. Saul Fenster, who was the driving force in the early life of the school, and today's Dr. Joel Bloom, who is moving the institution into the academic big leagues at lightning speed with his enthusiasm, his intelligence, and his very, very hard work. You should know what a treasure this man, your president, really is. That said, for the school to continue its growth and reputation, it needs your help and your support going forward. When I started at Princeton, the first day on campus, there was a big meeting of the freshman class, and the chairman of the board came up and he said, I want you to know that the tuition you're paying to Princeton is only half of what it's costing to educate you. And I expect you to pay the other half during the rest of your lives. For you, the message is quite the same. The tuition you pay, as high as it may seem to you, is about half of what your education has cost. And you're going off to jobs that, thanks to the reputation of NJIT and thanks to the skills you have learned here, you're going to earn higher salaries than graduates of equivalent schools. You have to appreciate what NJIT has done for you and remember to thank it with an annual gift, however small or large. Those contributions will sustain the growth of the school in its innovation and the quality of its education. It will also give you more pride in the institution that sets you on your career. Finally, as proud as I am to be here on this stage, I want you to know that success is not a one-man or woman show. It takes a team. I want to thank two very special people, Christine Antonelli and Jim Banks, who are both here, for their loyal support and active caring in supporting the far too many projects that I took on in my career. Also, there's a statement that behind every successful man, there's a greater woman. And that is true, except in my case, there are two. One is my wife, Barbara, who is not only my compass, but also my second conscience, and the critic that even subconsciously makes me do everything better. My aspiration is all about my Barbara. And then second, there is our amazing daughter, Jordan, who for me is truly an inspiration to create a world that will be better for her and for her generation, which is your generation. Making that world, the future, better should also be your mission, and as you take it on, I wish you the very, very best for success. Thank you very much.
It is now my pleasure to call upon Trustee Peter Cestero to present the honorary doctorate to the Honorable Rochelle Hendricks, Secretary of Higher Education for the State of New Jersey. Peter?
Will the Honorable Rochelle Hendricks please come forward? Dr. Rochelle Hendricks was named the first Secretary of Higher Education for the State of New Jersey in May 2011. As Secretary, she is responsible for policy and program development to enhance the capacity and competitiveness of New Jersey's higher education institutions. In this role, Secretary Hendricks has focused on advancing the blueprint for higher education reform as recommended by the Governor's Higher Education Task Force. She has implemented the New Jersey Medical and Health Sciences Education Restructuring Act, from which Rutgers and Rowan became medical school universities, and the Building Our Future Bond Act, from which NJIT received $120 million in funding for its new and renovated buildings. In March 2013, Lieutenant Governor Guadagno named Secretary Hendricks as the newest member of the New Jersey Partnership for Action. She is also chair of the Council on Innovation, established to enhance collaboration between academia, business, industry, and the state. In 2014, Secretary Hendricks was appointed to the State Ethics Commission by Governor Christie, and she was elected Vice Chair of the Educational Facilities Authority Board. She is a member of the Educational Leadership Foundation of the New Jersey Board of Trustees and an ex officio member of the Board of Trustees of NJIT. Before her higher education appointment, Secretary Hendricks served the Department of Education in a number of roles, including commissioner. And prior to joining the Department of Education, she worked for over 15 years at Princeton University in numerous capacities, including Assistant Dean of Students, Director of the Educational Opportunity Program, and Director of Women's Programs. Therefore, in recognition of her remarkable contributions to the state of New Jersey in her role as Secretary of Higher Education, the Board of Trustees of the New Jersey Institute of Technology hereby confers the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, upon the Honorable Rochelle Hendricks. And I invite Secretary Hendricks to present a commencement address to the class of 2017.
Good morning, New Jersey Institute of Technology. Oh, let me try it again. Good morning. Good morning. Much better. To President Bloom, members of the Board of Trustees, members of the Board of Overseers, faculty, administration, staff, alumni, fellow honorees, Mayor Baraka, family and friends of the class of 2017, and to the celebrants of the day, the members of the class of 2017, I am delighted to be with you on this absolutely momentous occasion. I am deeply honored to be a part of your commencement ceremony and especially humbled by the bestowing of the Honorary Doctorate of Humane Letters. Thank you. Thank you, too, for the invitation to briefly address you this morning. I consider it a privilege, although it is likely that many, if not most of you, will not remember what is said or who said it in the years ahead. But you will have this wonderful, extraordinary set of memories of this, your very special day. Nonetheless, as a fan of tradition, I will share some reflections with you and hope that something I say will indeed matter. As you all know, and it's been said quite frequently already this morning, NJIT is a special place, a place rich in tradition dating back to 1885. A place you chose because of that tradition, the tradition of being at the cutting edge of knowledge connected to real-world challenges and solutions. I am here because I want to encourage you, your continued commitment to excel in all aspects of your lives, knowing that our shared future depends on places like NJIT and people like you. We are all living through one of the greatest inflection points in history. The forces of technology, globalization, and climate change are accelerating at once, all accelerating at once. There is change in the pace of change. I want to quote Ray Kurzweil, who's the director of engineering at Google, and I quote, "We're entering an age of acceleration. The models underlying society at every level, which are largely based on linear models of change, are going to have to be redefined. Because of the explosive power of exponential growth, the 21st century will be equivalent to 20,000 years of progress at today's rate of progress. Organizations have to be able to redefine themselves at a faster and faster pace, and so do we. As technological and scientific advances have altered our relationship to time and space, our distinctions of race, religion, tribe, ethnicity, and class have been simultaneously intensified and minimized. At this time, a dramatic and rapid change in the world, with pivotal challenges as well as opportunities, we have never been more wholly interdependent or interconnected. Given the purpose of education, grappling with these accelerating forces are affecting people and cultures is essential. How are they reshaping the workplace, geopolitics, politics, ethical choices, and communities? I am convinced that your NJIT education has provided you with the requisite tools to help us find a way forward for peace and justice building, both proactively and reactively, for individuals, communities, states, and nations. The multidisciplinary, real-world, in-demand, research-focused education that you have received at NJIT recognizes that this is a complex and demanding time when more is expected, even required. It is a time that requires imagination and innovation and the ability to distinguish between what is temporary and those values and principles that are transcendent and timeless. Challenges remain around the world in all of our communities. Those of us who are fortunate enough to be educated and trained as problem solvers must harness our gifts and talents for the greater good in service to the whole of humanity. The NJIT tradition requires producing distinguished leaders, civic-minded graduates who serve with integrity and a sense of obligation to make things better than they found them. It is a place for both ideas and ideals. This tradition, this standard of excellence in all the important aspects of life is intentionally aspirational. As soon-to-be alumni, this is your legacy and will become your mantle to wear. As caretakers of this tradition, you represent the past and the present. And classmates, you are the hope for the future. This may seem daunting as you venture into this next phase of your lives. I remind you that greatness is rooted in knowing not only your gifts and strengths, not only enjoying your successes and wins, but remaining open to the gifts of others and the lessons of failures. Put another way, be willing to ask for help, to welcome the assistance and talent of others, and to learn from errors and mistakes. After all, for all of us who love science, math, engineering, and technology, as well as the arts and letters, it is the experimentation, the exploration, the possibility, the creative risks, the imagination in flight that intrigue and engage us. NJIT has been an ideal place to leave your comfort zone, to experience diverse people and ideas, to deepen your roots while spreading your wings to soar. It's obvious, graduates. I confess that I am expecting great things from you, amazing things. Why, you ask? I ask, why not? And I want to quote one of my favorite writers, Marianne Williamson, when she writes, "Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? Your playing small does not serve the world. We're all meant to shine. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others." End of quote. I am confident this morning that NJIT's experience has helped to release You from your fears, ignite your genius, illuminate your spirit of service, and shed light on your capacity for leadership. Yes, we agree that these are, in fact, challenging times. You've heard it over and over already today. For all of us, I believe we can rise to the occasion. Each of us has something that we can do to help us all thrive. I've learned through experience and observation as well as through research that the best way to overcome adversity and confront new challenges is to be motivated by passion and compassion, by a willingness to be of service to others. I ask this morning that you move beyond station WFIM, what's in it for me, to tune into others. Your family, your community, your state, your nation are all in need of your skill and your talent, your time, and your resources. I want to quote Dr. Benjamin Mays, who served as president of Morehouse during Dr. King's undergraduate years. He says, "We make a living by what we get," and you all are going to do well at that. He said, "But we make a life by what we give," and I pray you will do well at that as well. Just as you have had the role models and mentors, today we all urge you to be models and mentors for others, to pay it forward. Each of us does matter. This institution and each of you are evidence that persistence, effort, and resilience can help us achieve our dreams. And I just stopped by for just a brief while to encourage you to dream big, to imagine greatness for yourself and your community, your state and your nation, to encourage you to envision yourselves as citizens of the world, sharing your talents and gifts to make the future brighter for all. These are just some of my hopes and all that time reasonably would allow me to share. I imagine and expect great things from you and for you. I call upon you today to outdo, outshine your own accomplishments. And as an institution and as individual, I ask that you do all of those things. We're counting on you to be the difference you want to see in the world, confident that you can be it and that you can do it. I thank NJIT The Edge for providing a phenomenal world-class education and for your extraordinary partnership with the state of New Jersey, and for honoring me to be part of your legacy and tradition. Congratulations to the class of 2017, my class, on graduation and in anticipation that you will let your light shine by releasing your brilliance, your gorgeousness, your talents, and yes, your fabulosity on this world. Make it count. You can do it. I know you can. And again, thank you and congratulations, class of 2017.
They got the covers. Covers are with students.
Thank you so very much, Secretary Hendricks, for your most inspirational commencement address. At this time, I invite the Newark Boys Chorus to sing "When I Close My Eyes," arranged by Jim Populus.
Close my
Please join me in thanking the Newark Boys Chorus, Newark's finest musical ambassadors, for adding their beautiful voices to our commencement celebration.